Okay. Today I have the two visitors. That's Kirija, that one of my um, um, university batchmates, nearly 50 years, not nearly, it's 50 years now. We studied together, and this is the Golden Jubilee get together, I would call it. And all our batchmates recently had a get together in Sri Lanka. And this is Yambu and Grija's husband. We also know each other when we were in the same university, and so we all study the same course of study. That's in agriculture science. Yeah, we are expert in agriculture, so called. That's what we are drinking. Panankallu, that's a Palmyrah Toddy now. So recently, the Girija and Jambu went to Sri Lanka, and they really enjoy the Parangallu or Palmyrah Toddy. And I thought of offer that same taste and flavor to them here. So only I can ask them, what do they think about this Palmyrah Toddy, what they are having here compared to Sri Lankan toddy. What do you think, Girija? What is this about?
Very good. It's the same.
And Jambu?
Yeah, it's exactly. Maintaining the unique the taste and the smell, as well as it's got something like a what do you call it? Something like a carbonated type, fizzy this thing. It's like our champagne, but very difficult to beat the toddy. It's a national drink, I suppose, among most of the people, mainly in the villages. So,
and to mark their friendship, our friendship, and we have also made some samosa and also that ulundu vade. They goes very well with panangallu. So it is a great drink. It's a sweet and sour fishy drink. Maybe the alcohol percentage is about the 4%.
Yes, it all depends. As you tap it from the tree, it's more sugar. It's a sap, as you know. But with time, it starts fermenting. So that's when the alcohol builds up. So straight from the tree, it has very little alcohol. And by evening, you'll find that it's an alcoholic drink, which you find them served in toddy taverns, which is a pastime in Sri Lanka.
So how do they get the starter for the fermentation?
Because it has the yeast in it.
Yeast in it.
Yeah, so they don't put any additives. Maybe the fact that the pot itself has some yeast in it, or maybe the barrel they store it in has yeast. Yeast needs only a small amount to get it going. So the whole process, and by evening, possibly it will be as high as maybe 15-20% alcohol in it. Definitely higher than wine.
So they get this sap from the flower of the Palmyrah.
Right. Yes.
And they collect it in a clay pot.
Yeah, in a clay pot. That's right.
Overnight.
Overnight, and this toddy tapper, he will go up there, bring it down, and usually there'll be some insects there, like some bees and all, because of the sweetness. They come, then they sense it through a sieve, so that he can separate that, and he bottles it.
So I was told that when you drink the toddy, immediately from the tree, immediately after harvesting from the tree, is a more sweeter. I know, as you explained earlier, so the longer that you leave, the longer they get the fermentation.
It starts fermenting. Yes.
Once you started fermenting more, they produce the alcohol.
Yes.
And then if you leave it longer, then alcohol become...
Obviously, the whole process of fermentation is from sugar to alcohol. Alcohol later becomes acid.
Acid,
so at some point, you need to consume it.
So
that's why when they, for example, if you use molasses from sugarcane or palm, coconut or palm sap, at some point they treat it to heat to stop the acidity. That's when you stop the fermentation. So that whole thing is done in a controlled environment where they maintain it. So I think in places like India and all, where people have died, is where it has then got it to the acid stage. You know, where in some of these states where they call it a tri-state, where these are banned, so it's done illegally.
Illegal.
And they lose control of the whole process, and people have died when it gets to the acidic stage.
So still the Panangal is, or the Palmyrah Toddy is very healthy for...
Very healthy. I mean, it's high in vitamin B's and, you know, and it's must be high in probiotics. So it's good for your stomach, for your gut and things like that. So it's a traditional Sri Lankan drink, you know.
When I was in a small, maybe around, 2 years or 3 years old, I had a called the jaundice.
Jaundice,
Is
yes.
we reached the final stages of the jaundice. As a result of that, I lost a part of my liver too.
Right.
So everybody thought that I'm gone forever, but still survive. Then I can still remember that they were giving a lot of Panangal to me.
Yes.
So to cool down the body, there may be lots of traditional medicinal value in them too.
Yes. Yes.
So
and so the toddy sources are either from coconut or from Palmyrah.
Palmyrah.
So traditionally in the north it is from Palmyrah. In the south it usually come out of coconut.
So are they getting this toddy from other countries like other than India and Sri Lanka?
You mean for importing here or
No, it's the producing in other countries.
I'm not sure. I've seen it in South India. In Kerala we have tasted
Kerala,
it.
yeah.
So it may be something that is in that sort of triangle of this thing. Maybe you need to have palm, some form of coconut or Palmyrah palm to that's the source.
I think we better start tapping because we have some palm tree or Palmyrah tree in Northern Territory in Australia.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
No, they do have. They do have. Yeah.
Who knows? They may be already tapping.
Tapping it. Yeah.
So there are various sources, but that's what it is.
Anyway, thank you very much for this very informative on the toddy business and toddy friendship, and I think yes. Enjoy this one, and I will be posting in my YouTube this interview, and I'm sure most of our batchmates will be making lots of comments about this one too, and it's a great to see you all here and with us, and we both are me and my wife are very happy to have you all and over the dinner. I'm glad that you call us when you are here, and it's always this house is open, always come. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you for calling us. We appreciate that.
You are welcome.